T.I. just looked straight into the camera and told the whole world that 50 Cent has been ducking that Verzuz smoke.
I wanted 50, that's what I said. He don't want no smoke, though. Oh!
The internet is on fire right now, and if you haven't seen this footage yet, you're about to understand why everybody and a mama is talking. T.I. pulled up the nightcap and called 50 out. Some things in hip-hop never die. Old beefs cool off for a while, then one comment lights everything up again. Right now, the internet is going crazy over new footage of T.I. Tip, the self-proclaimed king of the South and trap godfather, sitting on national TV saying 50 Cent's name directly, not in private, not in a group chat, on camera, in front of everybody, and he was serious. This isn't some brand new issue either. T.I. has been on 50's neck about this Verzuz situation for a minute. What makes this moment different is how he said it, where he said it, and who was sitting next to him when he did. On February 6, 2026, T.I. slid to the Nightcap podcast, hosted by Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco Johnson, two retired NFL stars who know all about competition. At first, the convo was smooth, just talking hip-hop legacy and who's got the better catalog, until T.I. turned it up and put 50's name in the mix. They started talking about Verzuz, which, for anybody still asleep, is that live hit-for-hit battle Swizz Beatz and Timbaland launched during the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020. Two artists show up, run through their biggest records, and the fans decide who really won. Simple, but it gets personal quick. Tip is sitting there laid back, explaining how the whole Verzuz situation came together for him. He breaks down how he was first supposed to go up against Gucci Mane, but that matchup fell apart. Then he mentions Lil Wayne as another possible opponent. But then he drops the line that set everything off. He says, "Then I called my man and told him who I wanted. You want Weezy? Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said." No warning, no easing into it. He throws 50 Cent's name out there on a podcast with millions watching and doesn't let up. He don't want no smoke.
Then I called my man. I said who I wanted.
You want Weezy?
Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said.
That right, there's a man who did his homework and came prepared. He knows his albums front to back. He knows exactly what he's bringing to the table, and he's not scared of anybody.
No smoke, though.
Oh, Lord.
I called my man. He don't want no smoke.
The second that Nightcap clip hit the internet, it was pure chaos. Folks started picking sides before the video even finished loading. Atlanta was standing 10 toes down for T.I., saying his catalog is deeper and more consistent over the years. New York heads were yelling that 50 only needs one album, get rich or die trying, to shut the whole convo down, and the debate just kept snowballing. The clip went crazy viral across every platform, pulling in millions of views. People were posting charts, lining songs up side by side, breaking down streaming numbers, and going at each other in every comment section. One fan said the matchup was actually legit and the regional bias was heavy, but it would still make for an insane Verzuz. Another said, "Ain't nobody naming 3 T.I. songs, and the club alone washes his whole discography." The hot takes were flying from every direction. But the wildest part? Through all that noise, every viral clip, every debate, every tweet, retweet, and quote tweet,
Serious, trap music, urban legend, king, paper trail.
I mean, there's 3 in there for sure.
50 Cent didn't say a single word. No post, no meme, no slick caption, nothing. And if you know 50, you know when he goes quiet, that's when you really start looking over your shoulder. Silence from 50 Cent is never just silence. It's always a calm before the storm. And that storm was definitely on the way. But before we get into what 50 did next, and it was classic 50 level petty, we need to rewind, because this call out didn't come out of nowhere. This has been building for years, and the history behind it is just as wild as what's happening now. The backstory goes way deeper than most people online realize. A lot of folks saw that Nightcap clip and said, T.I. just trying to stir up some new drama. But that's not what this is. People who've been paying attention know T.I. has been trying to lock in Verzuz with 50 Cent for almost 6 years, and every single time, 50 has found a way to sidestep it. So let's take it back to where this really started. Summer 2020. The world's on lockdown. Verzuz is running the culture, and everybody's tuned in. T.I. was hungry and ready to prove something. He went on Fat Joe's show and publicly said he wanted 50 in a hit-for-hit, bar-for-bar battle. But that was just the warm-up. The real moment came on July 6, 2020, 50 Cent's birthday. T.I. hopped on Instagram and dropped a 3-minute video. He opened it respectfully, wishing 50 a happy birthday and giving him props for still being here and still working. Then he flipped the whole energy.
For your birthday, I offer you a challenge, sir. Pull your ass up, man, with 20 of your records.
That was the moment that set the internet on fire. Tip wasn't making a polite request. He was calling 50 out, telling him to pull up, gear up, and be ready to get this work.
For me, man, get this work, man. You know what I'm saying? But I understand if you don't want to answer to that challenge, because last time you got challenged, Kanye West dusted your ass off.
That Kanye line was a straight haymaker. Back in 2007, 50 Cent and Kanye West went head-to-head in a sales war when Curtis dropped the same day as graduation and Kanye outsold him by a wide margin. That loss stuck to 50's record for years, and T.I. dug it up and threw it back in his face to remind him he hadn't forgotten. But Tip wasn't finished. He told 50 to bring everybody. Bring the hits, bring the whole crew, bring Dr. Dre, Eminem, G-Unit, all of them. That's big dog energy. He was basically saying, pull up with whoever you want. I'm still walking out with the crown, doubling down by calling himself a king and saying their catalog stacked up pretty evenly. So how did 50 respond to all that smoke? Did he accept? Did he say, bet let's do it? Not even close. Instead, 50 jumped on Instagram and posted an old 2004 Crime Stoppers Atlanta commercial featuring T.I., a PSA filmed after the murder of his friend Phil Ann Johnson, encouraging people to report crimes. 50 flipped the footage into ammunition, fueling the snitching narrative that has followed T.I. since his 2007 federal weapons case. Tip wasn't letting that slide. He fired back with insults and took the trolling as confirmation that 50 had accepted the challenge, even posting in all caps that he was going to shut him up once and for all. But the battle never happened. 50 stuck to memes and slick posts, moving like T.I. wasn't even on his radar. And while all that back and forth was going on, T.I. was also fielding challenges from other rappers. In October 2020, Busta Rhymes called him out for a Razoo's battle, and Tip passed on it.
Bring your records, bring your hit records with you. You and Dr. Dre and Eminem and all y'all, goddamn the G-Unit, all y'all bring y'all on out.
Tip said he had nothing but love for Busta, but the matchup just didn't make sense to him because they came up in completely different eras. He compared it to putting Brandy against Dionne Warwick. Both legends, both respected, but from totally different timelines. In his mind, Razoo's is about energy, impact, and overlap, and that one just didn't line up. But almost immediately after that, the battle the streets really wanted started brewing. Jeezy, the snowman, Mr. Trap, or Die himself, jumped on Instagram and challenged Tip directly, and he didn't sugarcoat a single word. He basically told him, "You've been all over the world on your campaign, calling folks out. Now bring that same energy back to the city and deal with me." Then he upped the pressure. "Since it mean that much to you, put a date on it. And the bar that sealed it, I ain't gonna meet you there. I'ma beat you there." Big Snow talk T.I. accepted on the spot. No hesitation. That Razoo's battle went down November 19th, 2020, and it turned into one of the biggest nights the entire series had ever seen. Tip came out swinging with Rubber Band Man and Bring Him Out. Jeezy answered with Soul Survivor and Trap or Die. The whole internet was locked in. It wasn't just a battle. It was a celebration of trap culture, Atlanta's influence, and two OGs who really came from the mud and built something lasting. But even after that legendary moment, even after showing and proving against Jeezy, Tip still wasn't done with 50 Cent. In September 2021, at the Atlanta premiere of 50's TV series Black Mafia Family, T.I. stepped on stage uninvited and called him out in front of everybody. He grabbed the mic and shouted, "50, I'm waiting on you. Give the people what they want to see." The crowd erupted, and 50, he moved like he didn't even hear it. Again, fast forward to 2026, and here we are full circle. Tip sat down on Nightcap, looked straight into the camera, and told the world that 50 Cent has been ducking smoke. The clips went viral. Comment sections lit up. The entire hip-hop world started waiting to see how 50 would respond. Then on February 7th, 2026, literally one day later, 50 finally said something on Instagram, but he didn't respond with a studio video. He didn't drop a diss track. He didn't even post a voice note. Nah, 50 did what he's done his entire career. He trolled, and he trolled heavy. The first thing he posted? That same old 2004 Crime Stoppers commercial. The exact same footage he's been recycling for years. The clip of T.I. looking into the camera, encouraging people to report crimes in their neighborhoods.
Say, bruh, you done been around the whole world on your campaign.
Let's be honest, there was nothing wrong with that commercial. T.I. made it after losing someone close to him, and it was actually a meaningful move. But 50 Cent doesn't care about the backstory. He keeps bringing that clip up on purpose because he knows it fuels the snitching narrative that's been hanging over T.I. for nearly 2 decades.
Tell you what, though, since it mean that much to you, put a date on it.
And just to make sure nobody missed a message, 50 Cent added a caption that read, "No verses. Let's do the stay away challenge and stay away from me. LOL." But he wasn't finished. He followed up with another post, this time appearing to show old courtroom footage of T.I. on the stand. The caption? "I know Atlanta pick and choose who they support, but y'all got to do better. LOL. Keep my name out your mouth." That's 50 being 50 at full capacity. He's not trying to battle records. He's not interested in sitting across from anyone for a Versus-style showdown. What he wants is to win the internet.
I ain't gonna meet you there. I'm gonna beat you there. Straight up. Big snow.
That's what the fans have been saying too. They're over the memes and the petty Instagram posts. They don't want the trolling anymore. They want 50 Cent to actually step into the ring and compete for real. No more jokes, no more slick captions. At this point, nobody's laughing, they want action.
Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the street.
Now here's the honest truth, the part nobody really wants to admit. 50 Cent has built his entire post-rap empire around being a full-blown media mogul. He's got power, BMF, major deals with stars, and production companies moving in every direction. His focus isn't just music anymore, it's television, film, and building a business machine that runs nonstop.